You know what's really interesting about the Republican Party is I feel like every so often they have to say something that's just completely off the wall bonkers so people don't forget that they exist. You know, every now and then Rand Paul comes out and he says something stupid, and Lindsey Graham will do that and Tom Cotton will do that just so that you remember that they're actually a thing. Louis Gohmert was king of that. But Tom Cotton actually recently, just last week to be more precise, appeared on the John Catsimatidis, and I'm pretty sure I mispronounced that, and my apologies for that. But anyway, appeared on this guy's radio show, where he said that the Democrats, those running for president right now, have lost their minds. Here's what he said. He said, "This is truly an election about whether America will be a socialist nation. I don't think Americans want to be a socialist nation, but it will be incumbent upon all Americans to get out and make their voices heard in this election. We are going into a highly consequential election. The Democrats have truly lost their mind." The Democrats have lost their mind. Now, keep in mind, this is coming from the guy, Republican Senator Tom Cotton from Arkansas, who pretty much committed treason during the Obama administration when we were crafting the Iran deal, and Tom Cotton sent his little letter over to Iran begging them not to sign on to this deal. And as many experts weighed in at the time, examined this, that did fit the definition of treason, Tom. And yet you, treasonous Tom, are the one out there telling us the Democrats have lost their minds. Whoo boy, they crazy, right? Well, let me tell you what's crazy, Tom. Crazy would be not paying attention to polling data here in the United States, which I'm assuming you have not. Because as it turns out, a majority of people in this country, including Republicans, buddy, they do want Medicare for all. As long as they can keep their doctor, they love that idea. They want a Green New Deal. They want the president to stop being so damn racist. They want all of these things that the progressive wing of the Democratic Party is out there pushing in their bid to become the next president of the United States. So you may think it's nuts, and you can go ahead like all the other Republicans and say, oh, they're all pushing us towards socialism, because none of you are smart enough to know what that word means. And you're certainly not smart enough to know that that's not what this is. And you can think that your base is dumb enough to believe you, who is not very smart, but they actually know better. Your base is a hell of a lot smarter than you give them credit for, Tom. And that's going to come back and bite you. It's going to come back to bite all Republicans in 2020, because the more you folks go out there scaremongering about this mythical socialism that progressives like Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren are allegedly trying to push, that socialism doesn't actually exist. What they're trying to say is, hey, let's have some social programs like a debt-free college, student loan forgiveness, and Medicare for all, like pretty much almost all other industrialized countries on the planet have. Let's just catch up to the rest of the world. That's not socialism, Tom. That's progress. And if you can't understand that, then you're the one who has actually lost your mind. Thanks for watching, everybody. And don't forget, if you like what you see here, like, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel. And now you can also become a member of Ring of Fire and get exclusive early access to certain Ring of Fire videos all throughout the week. Just click on the little join button right below the video.